It's not just form.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait to get started. I really, this time of year, I get so anxious to get out on the field and see how we look.
I'll be there opening day.
Well, great to meet you, Austin.
Great to meet you,
Okay,
too.
I hope to see you at the ballpark. I'll see you opening day.
You have a good day.
Okay, you too.
Go
Thank you.
Padres.
Thank
Right, Josh, you're out here mingling with the fans at FanFest. What do you think is the one thing fans are asking you the most about this Padres team?
Winning games. I think that's the name of the game, and it's it's the storylines matter. That's part of baseball. It's 6 months, but at the end of the day, it's winning games, and it's a style of baseball which I think starting in June really improved. Like our team was exciting. It was fun to watch. So we're excited to go out and do that.
Now, the question that I get most on our radio show would be, why did the Padres only sign Jason Marquis? That was the big free agent move, internal free agent. I think you'll point to the guys you signed during the season, Carlos Quentin, given the extension, and Houston Street. What do you like about this team moving forward, and how come there wasn't a need to make a big move this offseason?
Well, there's always a need for improvement. So, but I do think, not to sort of be cute with the question, but we spent a lot of money in July. We signed our own free agents, signing Quentin and Street. We kept Marquis and Katse. We extended Chris Denorfia. Those are things we did from July on, in addition to things we'd done earlier. So, those counted. Did it mean like we went into the offseason with no money? No, but we also have arbitration raises. Chase Headley gets a big raise, and others. So our team is pretty deep. We didn't go into the offseason like looking to fill holes or just sort of add bodies for the sake of it. If there was something we viewed as an upgrade, we pursued it, and we're still pursuing it. But our team is intact. It's now a matter of like finding upgrades, not filling holes.
Okay, I want to ask you about two key pieces from last season going forward. Chase Headley and what he did, and Carlos Quentin, who has battled injuries. Now, let's start with Quentin. What are your expectations for him on a full season after knee surgery?
Well, the goal is certainly to get out towards 130, 135 games. I mean, I think, to say 100, 150, 160 is probably not realistic, but I think Carlos can do that. Buddy does a great job with him, our medical staff. So I think we're like 10 games over 500 when he started. We're a different team when he's on the field. We got to find a way to keep him on the field.
How much better can Chase Headley be after the season he had? I mean, pretty much a career year last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to improve upon that kind of year. Obviously, if he had 6 months like his last two, he would have won the MVP. But, again, I think Chase, aside from driving all the runs and hitting 31 homers, defense, I think the thing that goes unnoticed and last year should remind everyone is he plays every day. We can count on Chase, and he can, as a switch hitter, can play defense. He contributes every day. So he's very valuable, and obviously showed he can be an impact player too.
I think if you were to ask fans last year, who was the breakout guy, the guy they were looking forward to, I think many would have said Yasmani Grandal. How disappointed were you to hear of the PED suspension?
Very disappointed. We were a better team with him on the field in the lineup. He's a very talented player, offensively and defensively, and again, these rules are not hard to follow. So when guys make this mistake, they need to look in the mirror, understand, we need to follow the rules, and then once you make the mistake, own up to it, reestablish credibility, and go play baseball.
Do you feel comfortable with what he's told you? And the reason I ask is Ron Fowler was on the show yesterday. He mentioned that you guys aren't sure you've gotten the entire truth, especially with what's come out with the Bosch Clinic. Do you feel comfortable with what you've heard to this point?
Not entirely. I mean, I think it's there's a lot of issues. Like, one, we're not the investigative unit, so we don't get to sort of, investigate. It's really up to him. I think there is a culture of sort of saying as little as possible, certainly inside the game and outside of the game. I mean, Lance Armstrong, an example of that. So we need to know as much as we can, as much as he's comfortable. At the end of the day, we don't administer the policy, we support it, and we need to do things like this, like support it vocally. Like, this is an easy policy to adhere to. Let's adhere to the policy. I think his fellow teammates, I think the Players Association, fans, media, all have a voice in this. But at the end of the day, again, following the rules, and if you do get caught having credibility, I don't think that's asking too much.
Last thing, it always seems to come down to pitching and defense when you talk about the teams that emerge at the end. Are you actively in the market looking for some more starting pitching? Is looking to see what happens with the rest of the teams in the course of the spring?
Yeah, we're actively in the market. I mean, some of the trade discussions are ongoing, and it's obvious it might go into spring training or into the season, and that's not a bad thing for us because I think we'll be able to assess our own situation. Most notably, Corey Lupke's now on the other side of the rehab. He's out beyond 100 feet. He's feeling great.
Is he ahead of schedule? What you guys projected after the Tommy John?
We don't want him to be ahead of schedule. We want him to be on schedule. I mean, I think it's proven if you try to sort of beat the timeline on Tommy John, that's not a good thing. So 12 months is the rule of thumb. He's right on track, feeling great. But, seeing how Casey Kelly, Robbie Earl, and Tyson Ross, all these guys, we might say, you know what, we're better than we expected with our own guys, and we might not. So we'll, and some of the things we're looking at with trades, whether we pursue it in March or July, if we feel like the time is right, we'll move on it.